Hello, and welcome to a grab and go put on by me, Christine, the teen librarian at the Jones Creek branch of the East Baton Rouge Parish Library. Today, we will be making mini wave models. Our instructions are adapted by an Instructable by the Oakland Toy Lab. Here are the materials you will need. A piece of 2x4 with holes drilled in as pilot holes for 2 bolts. Nuts that fit the bolts and also candy sticks. Some Q-tips to apply glue. String, scissors, your pencil, and a screwdriver to insert the bolts. Let's get started. I'm going to start by putting a nut and threading it on each of our bolts, and then using my screwdriver to screw the bolts into the pilot holes on my 2x4. There. That's where we are now. Now we'll take our string, tie it around the bolt above the nut, and knot it off on one side. Go around to the other bolt, around the bolt, and back to the beginning, where we'll tie it off again. You want this to be as tight as you can get it, and in a parallel line. I'm going to get out my glue and a Q-tip and apply some glue around where the string meets at either end to keep the tension well after it dries. Let's put this aside and move on to our next step. I'm going to line up all my candy sticks and draw a line across the exact middle. I measured out the exact middle on this one here at the end, which will help me out. There we go. Now it's time to make a sequence of the world's smallest, silliest little dumbbells. You may have one of 2 sizes of nuts. If you have the smaller size, you're in luck. If you have the larger size, this will be slightly more challenging. What you want to do is get the nut onto the candy stick. If it has the smaller hole in the middle, you can screw it on, which is lovely. If you have the slightly bigger nuts, you have a slightly bigger problem. Don't worry, this is a problem where the solution is glue. Set up each of your dumbbells like this. Be sure, unlike this example piece, that both sides are balanced and use the same size of nut. If you've glued them, let them dry. Now that my glue is dry, it's time to decide on my positioning for my dumbbells. I am going to use a ruler. You received a printable one. And I am going to mark out, well, let's see, since the distance between these is almost exactly 7 inches, I'm going to use the inch side, yes, the inch side, and make a mark every 1/2 inch. This gives me 14 marks, and if I skip the outer 2, that'll give me 12 marks, which is the number of dumbbells I have. Now I get out my glue, and I'm going to position each dumbbell balanced on the line at the mark I indicated with glue. Oop, not the first one. Silly me. Okay, here are all my dumbbells on my line. I'm going to let them dry, though I'm going to come back and check to see they haven't slid off, because that would ruin everything. Once they're dry, we are ready for a demonstration. And here we go. Our glue is dry and we are ready for action. Alright, here we are. Here is our finished wave model all glued up. And you can see, depending on where you tap it and how you tap it, you get models of different kinds of waves. I hope you have enjoyed your time with us today, especially all that time it took for the glue to dry. If you enjoyed this activity, please engage with us on social media and return to the library for more grab and go activities.